we go. Episode 94. NoLaughTrack. Thank you to Circle of Heat for letting us play their tunes at the beginning there. And, we're getting a thumbs down from one of my guests already. I was listening back to the first time you were on, and you made some comments about
Circle of Heat.
Our boy Trevor Anderson.
Suck.
Yay, there we go. That's right? Guest number one, Cy Amundson.
Hello, everybody.
And Andy Erikson's here as well.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Now, one of you is headlining here this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do we know which one?
Yeah, we do know. Do you know which one?
I do.
Yeah, well, everybody does.
Congrats, Andy.
It's Andy. Andy is
Headliners
headlining.
go in the middle.
Yep.
You know.
She's a middle headliner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I am opening and emceeing the shows.
And taking tickets.
And taking tickets. And if anybody needs a good French kiss, I'm also bringing that to the table.
That's you?
Yep.
Oh, right on.
I've been trying to sexually expand myself, so I've been doing a lot of Wikipedia research on French kissing styles and doing kegels. So...
That's a different kind of kiss.
No, it's not a kiss at all. It's where you strengthen the part that makes you go goof.
You're doing them right now, aren't you?
Yep.
We have a lot to get to today. A lot of catching up with you two who no longer live in the great state of Minnesota.
It's true.
I even have questions from listeners to get to.
Ugh, that sounds...
Cool.
Yeah, all three of them sent in a question.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Are they real questions?
They are real questions.
Your listener has 3 different Twitter accounts? Zing!
At Justin's mom.
At not Justin's mom.
That's right.
And at Justin's dad, question mark?
That's right. Yeah, there's already parody accounts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
That's right. So today's Wednesday. Last night was the first night of your big week here. Mm-hmm. Comments from either of you?
Crushed it.
Crushed it?
No, it was good. It was a good show. Steve Gillespie is the MC. Mm-hmm. He had a real medium set to open it up.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And then Andy won him over.
I didn't weird him out.
Well, that's not 100% true.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you say it was at the beginning of your set? You had to, re-teach him normalness?
Yeah. For, the first 15 minutes, I had to reintroduce him to words in sequence.
And they kept yelling out, hey, do a hamster noise. Just kidding. That was my mom.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good
fun.
first show. It was an intimate crowd, but they were fun.
Yeah, so people should come check it out.
Now.
Yeah, like your mom.
Yeah, how many times will your mom be here this week?
Hopefully, maybe 2 or 3. She's here. She's already been here twice.
Unbelievable. My mom's seen me do comedy twice in 9 years.
Oh, my God.
Here, at least?
Have you invited her?
Yeah. I've invited her.
Does she know you're still doing comedy?
Yeah. No, I have very supportive parents, but they're the same, they're wonderfully supportive, but they don't, come to a ton of shows. They don't live in the cities.
Yeah.
They live a ways away.
Right.
But they also...
you have siblings that are more successful, though, so they kind of support them,
go
right?
fuck yourself. But, I do. No, they don't live as close, so they treat comedy like they did youth sports. With we'll come to some of the home games, which I like that, because there's not a lot of pressure. I don't need Andy's mom fucking hanging around. I made cookies for you if you do good at this show.
She does do that.
She does do that.
You do good, you get a cookie.
I have a cooler of soda outside waiting for you.
I'm only going to be here 9 times this week. Well, there's only 7 shows. Well, see you in the green room. No, Andy's mom is the best person on the earth. To be honest with you, if it weren't for Andy's mom, I probably wouldn't be friends with Andy.
What?
Wow.
That's 100% true. Her mom, I'm holding on to my relationship with Andy because her mom at Christmas time makes all these different cookies and puts them in tins and just brings them to the comics. And I usually get mine, and then a couple other comics leave theirs sitting around when they're not paying attention. So I leave with 3 cookie tins a year. So that's the reason that Andy and I remain, you know.
I can't believe you would even take cookies from anyone.
I do. I trust your mom.
Does she get upset when these tins go missing?
No, we buy them.
She buys the tins for the you get to keep the tins.
They're
not fucking collectibles or anything. It's not like they have the Ultimate Warrior or NASCAR on it.
No.
They're just regular tins with Christmas trees on
Now,
them.
why you got to bring up the Ultimate Warrior?
He is dead, and that's bummies. He did die. Are you a wrestling fan?
I was when he was big.
Yeah, it's weird. let's not get into wrestling. I don't want anybody to hear this podcast.
Oh, thank
and
God.
come to
I
the
was
show
supposed to
and
go on my
beat me up.
phone and play the game. I literally grabbed. All right.
No, I like The Ultimate Warrior was one of my favorites. He was awesome. It was it's a back when
Hang with us, Andy. It's going to be short.
Back when wrestling used to have these immortal type characters and these like superhero type like characters like the Ultimate Warrior and these people who were almost otherworldly. And I saw somebody post that. I think they used the term otherworldly, and I thought it was so spot on. Now all the wrestlers' names are like John.
Yeah.
It's not as interesting.
Not the character.
It's more like a white trash soap opera instead of a white trash soap opera with superheroes. But I was obsessed with wrestling as a child because I was awesome.
And Andy was too.
Well, the kids I babysat would watch it, and they weren't supposed to, but I didn't know that. So their parents would come home, and they'd be jumping on the couch and attacking each other. Like, look how much fun they're having! They're like, what did they watch? I'm like,
Babe.
They're just really jumping.
Charlotte's Web again.
Anytime a kid wanted to do something, I'd be like, is it okay with your mom? They'd be like, yeah. I'm like, all right. That's how the kids fell out of the rafters.
That's good. Let there be a lesson from when you ever have your own children. Just believe anything they tell you.
Totally.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
No, Andy's not going to have kids.
I'm going to find some.
They're going to adopt.
Yeah.
I told her fiance, that they should adopt, and he literally said, ew. That's a word he said.
You or you? Like they adopt you?
You. And then it was one of he was being legitimate. He actually said that, and then he doesn't know anything about my family. I was like, I have 4 adopted siblings and 3 adopted nephews and nieces.
That's true, you do.
And he was like, oh, I didn't mean you. I meant because I want my own. I was like, oh, yeah, totally.
I don't want some of those fake ones you can't love as much as a real one.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I don't want one of those kids that has a different skin pigment than me.
Damaged.
Yeah.
Unfixable. Let's talk about you two are neither of you are living in this state anymore. How long have you been gone? Cy, you first.
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Andy?
Yeah, long enough.
Since January 1st of this year.
Since January 1st. Are you loving your move? Was it a good decision?
The first month, I was like, why did I do this? And the second month, I was like, why did I do this? And the third month, I was like, this ain't so bad.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like it, yeah.
Do you guys see each other in California?
Try not to.
I ran into you a couple times, and you were just like walking in the street or something. Like you weren't even going to
Oh, yeah, that did actually happen. I was just walking to a restaurant, and they were going to a show, and I just shouted at their car. Yeah, that's happened once or twice. But no, we see each other every once in a while. I don't so much like spending time with people, and but I've been over to their house twice, and Andy's killing it. She's having a lot of good sets, and I don't want to come watch, so I'm not going to do that. And but yeah, we cross. We talk on the phone every once in a while.
What's different? What's different doing comedy based in where you guys are now versus here?
I think it's a thing that's it's actually, I'm going to say it and it's going to sound negative, but I think it might be somewhat beneficial to Andy. There's a format of comedy that lands a little better out there. The landscape of comedy in LA is different, obviously, than it is a couple things. One, when you come to this club or any other club, it's very people paid money to be entertained, and that's the only reason they're there. Like, this is their entertainment. It's like going to a movie. So they're there. Rooms in LA are often filled with analysis, like anyone from the industry or other comics. There's a lot of analyzing and judging going on in the crowd, and not so much there for pure entertainment purposes.
That sounds terrible.
It's the worst place on earth. And
am I wrong? That sounds awful.
No. I mean, it's just part of it. The good part of that is then you get seen by people. You can be analyzed in a good way. Sure, of course. But that, and also there's a real. I'm going to call it the LA scene is really heavy with the nerd landscape, right?
Oh yeah, nerd comedy nerds.
Nerd culture is running the comedy world in Los Angeles, and even influencing the audiences. And I'm a little more boisterous, or louder, and I don't. I like board games, but I don't have any jokes about them, and So sometimes that's a little bit of a difficult thing out there at some shows. But it's like I said, that's not even a bad thing. Andy slides into that well and has been crushing at all the shows for that exact reason. I would say.
I play board games and I write jokes about them.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Hey guys, do you like Monopoly from when you were a kid?
No, I don't do from when you were a kid. I do a joke about how Severson.
Who wants to have a hat?
I love a hat.
Hats. That's her joke, and everybody's like,
"Oh,
I remember Monopoly. Hats, hats, everybody. Hats. She's the queen."
Oh, and hey, remember when everyone's racist and I'm white hillbilly? See, you make noises, but they're noises hillbillies make. I make noises, and they're what animals make.
I make noises that real human beings make.
Yeah. Yippee-yi-pa, hey-ha!
What in the fuck are you talking about?
Yippee-ki-yay! Yippee-ki-yay!
Do you know how my impression of you actually sounds like you, and your
That's
impression
not what he does.
your impression of me sounds like an even crazier version of you.
Oh, well, all your impressions sound like a Nigerian.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, I just heard one of them. You had a Nigerian.
I don't do impressions, just for the record.
Voices.
There happens to be some character work in my act, but you're making me sound like
You're making
a
me
hack.
sound like a hack.
Yeah, you deserve it.
I'm not a hack.
Andy's a hack.
I'm not a
I don't
hack.
want to. This is why I didn't want to fucking do this podcast.
you,
Justin.
son.
No, fuck you, Justin.
What the hell?
Fuck you. Fuck
No,
Justin.
Justin's his
suck
fault.
my shit.
What are
I
you
don't even listen to this
doing here?
podcast.
Nobody
I don't
even
give a
knows about
shit
this
about
podcast.
coming here on a Tuesday.
Why do you
You
even-
said come at 1 o'clock
I
and
wanted to
we'll do
have a
the
salad.
show.
I get
And
free
it's
food when I'm here.
2:30.
And I don't eat
It's like I don't
during
have
the
places to
show.
be drinking a
I
Red
put
Bull in the
CD
afternoon
too.
like you're a
I would-
fucking
I would like some
14-year-old.
7
You're not
up and some
14. Did you
What
come
are
here
you,
on a
92
skateboard?
KQRS?
Fuck this. Fuck this.
Fuck this, yeah.
I'm going on my phone. So, Cy,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Oh yeah, thanks.
You were named Best Weekend Getaway in the Twin Cities.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. According to
I
City
am the
Pages,
best of.
best gay bar is also
Yep.
Cy Amundson.
No. That's my heart. My heart won best gay bar.
Oh, okay. Seriously, congratulations, sir. Do you get I'm reading the brand new City Pages best stand-up in parentheses national.
Just because I'm national, Andy.
Cy Amundson.
Don't ever touch me, Andy. Thank you. Yeah, no, it was cool. I had no idea I was even nominated for it, and Brian Miller sent me a nice text yesterday saying that they put it online, and that's cool. This is my favorite. I love Minneapolis the best, and so to get that was cool. And it was a really nice write-up. Whoever did it was I've had people write stuff that's supposed to be nice about me before. Doesn't always come off that way. I remember when I did Conan, my hometown paper did this big article on it, which I didn't necessarily sanction. And this was the summary.
You mean hometown Worthington? Hometown?
Yeah. This local jickle-jackal has spent his life fucking around and not taking stuff seriously, and now he takes his hijinks on Conan. And that's it. Like, it was like real, like, this screw-up has managed to fuckle his way into some minor fame.
Well, that's not what it says here.
No. It was greatly written, and I did. It felt really, really nice because this is my favorite place to do comedy, so it felt wonderful. I thought they were very nice for doing that. Thank you, City Pages. If Justin's mom is a part of City Pages,
Yep, big supporter. Yes, it says you've been on a tear, working with some of the biggest and most at some of the most famous comedy clubs all over the country.
that's partially true. Yeah.
It's partially true, close enough.
Did they ask you?
No one's talked to me.
It says you killed it on your first late night performance.
Yeah.
Did I crush it? Or
when you appeared on Conan, which you just brought up.
That's
but
not what some people thought.
but that's not. Let's talk about that. That's not
some
what
of those YouTube
some
comments
people
from me.
thought.
Did you see that video?
I watched a video that you posted on Facebook. There's some guy who is definitely not a Cy Amundson fan.
I thought it was a prank at first. I thought it was because our family's big into pranks. I thought it was like my nephew or
Your first assumption is this isn't real.
Yeah, no.
No one would hate me.
It can't be.
No one can hate me this much.
Well, no, it was just some random guy who taped my Conan with his phone.
Yes.
It was on the TV, and he phone recorded. Well, over the top of that, he talked about how much I sucked. And then he posted it under Amundson Sucks.
Uh-huh.
And I don't... I know Andy has had it
pretty bad.
pretty tough. With internet hate is a funny thing that I've never even given a second thought to, other than I think it's humorous. I posted it on Facebook yesterday, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't want to fight him. I don't want to defend it. I just think it's funny. And Andy, people have said some super funny, mean stuff to Andy, but does it affect you?
Well, I think when I first saw it, Eric Young came over and was like, hey, one of your videos is on YouTube, and it got like 40,000 hits because they put it on the main page of YouTube.
On the RoofTube.
Wow.
No, it was on YouTube's front page.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, whoa, look at all these hits. And then there was like 200 comments, and and Eric's like, okay, I just wanted you to know they're not the nicest. We start reading through it. My like number 3, I'm just bawling.
Oh, no.
Because I had never had negative comments on a video before, because it's always just been my friends.
Right,
my
right.
mom. And then it was just like, she should take the tampon out of her ass. Like,
Did you?
No, tell him about the full-on argument that.
Oh yeah, they took. Well, there was someone took a screen capture of my face when I was like that, and they posted it, and they were like, "Is this girl retarded?" What? Because they were saying like, if she is, that's mean how they're making fun of her.
And then it devolved into
like,
a discussion.
It was a whole
people weighing
3
in
pages
on whether or not,
whether or not I was retarded. And people were like, no, she's not. And they're like, she's definitely not. And then they're like, because they said, oh, here's a picture of her when she's normal. Like, and then my cousin wrote, and then they're like, no, there's no way. Like, she's not even that strong, and her forehead's not that big. And we're just like, and people are weighing in and still being mean. They were just
man.
And the jury was still out, and I was just like, hey guys, I'm not. No one forced me to do anything, because I get alerts on my phone whenever my name pops up, like an article.
Why would
or
you
something.
do that?
I stopped. This was a long time ago. This was 2009. And then I was like, oh, is Andy Erikson retarded? And I was like, oh no, am I? The jury's still up. My mom was like, no, she takes the bus all by herself. I was just like, thanks, Mom.
No, it's the funniest.
Man.
Have you ever talked about?
I think it's funny though.
Have you talked about that on stage?
A couple times.
Yeah.
After it happened, I was just like, hey guys, let's weigh in on this. But yeah, I don't know.
No, it's
funny.
It's the funniest.
It's funny.
I mean, the thing you have to think about with people who write mean stuff on the internet is the sad reality of somebody who is in such a unfun place in their life that the way that they get personal satisfaction or a gleam of happiness is to secretly and privately, because you don't know who they are, criticize something that somebody else has done. I mean, that's a really pathetic place for a human being's soul to exist. Yeah. And I think that's punishment in itself, that you don't have to hate anybody or be mean about it.
Yeah.
I had the first video I got, this is back on MySpace. My brother Jess and I made this like weird video called Stuff and Things. And it was like this weird jump cutty. You remember that? It was just like, 'cause he's an artist and a graphic designer, and it was just this fucking weird, high concept little skit. Super weird. But it got put on the MySpace front page, and it got like a couple 100,000 views. And then it had like 800 or 900 comments. I read all of them, and they were all so shitty and mean. But the best part is there's this local comedian. His name is Bill Young. And he never told me he did this. He never mentioned it to anyone. It was like some people loved it and then some people hate it. And like right in the middle at comment number like 512, Bill Young had just written, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's also not the best. He didn't tell anybody. He just weighed in.
That's awesome.
Which I thought was really funny.
See, what I did after mine, because I had a couple hundred comments, was I went to every single person who wrote a negative comment about me. I went to their page and I gave every single one of their videos 1 star.
You can't do that.
Are you serious?
I seriously did. It took me a few days. I went to every single one of those people, and I gave every single. And a lot of them didn't have videos or not, but 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. I did thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down.
Oh,
I was gonna go
with a few accounts. Anyway, so there's no way they'd ever bounce back.
I was going to, I'm going to do it on my next album. I was going to do it on this album, but I just didn't have time. I've collected a lot of the comments, the funniest, meanest ones. And on my next album, on a hidden track, I think I'm going to have all my friends gather around like in a little studio and just read off all the horrible mean
I
stuff.
like that.
I think that'd be super, super funny. There's a really funny comic named Jessie Campbell. Are you familiar with that name?
Mm-hmm.
She was based out of here for a while now. I think she's in L.A. But she's a bigger gal, and people are fucking brutal to her online. And the funny thing is, she's not funny. She's one of the funniest comics I've ever seen. I mean, she's unbelievable, but people are brutal. And I remember her telling this story where she, like, somebody had put something horrible on her wall, and she'd finally had enough. She's like, I'm gonna fuck that. And she was gonna go to their wall and say something horrible, and she went to their wall, and all his videos were just of how to make, like, pipe bombs.
Oh!
And she's like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool.
I'll leave him alone. Good job.
Yeah, that's great.
Probably went there and click like.
Yeah. Super great comment.
Well, I asked you guys if you see each other in California, but I know that you did at least once because I watched some hype videos.
Oh,
Yeah, I did Andy's fiance's podcast for his listener, and
the Alex Stein podcast. The AlexSteinPodcast.com.
And it was really fun. And then afterwards, Andy had an idea to shoot a promo video. Yeah, and so that's what that was the time we hung out.
It was fun because then people came home as we were doing it. You're like, well, I should probably take the tutu off.
Just
go about our day.
Normal people came into the house like, hey, so what the fuck are you guys doing?
You're in a dinosaur costume.
And he's in a tutu.
He's wearing his own tutu. I can only assume.
Not my tutu.
No, it's mine.
No, you said other people coming home?
Our other roommate and her friend.
Oh.
Yeah, like other people who live in Andy's house just walking in on the weird.
Yeah.
How are the living conditions, how far does your money go in California versus here?
Yeah, I mean, Andy's apartment is shitty.
It's 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and there's a pool and a parking spot.
Yeah, and like, a good amount of like murderish aspect around the place. Like if you go outside, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go back inside.
There's children playing.
Yeah, children
around.
of murderers. No. It's not murder. That's aggressive, but it does. At the very least, it's a sexual assault neighborhood.
Oh no.
Oh, for sure. I live up north. I hate Los Angeles, so I live up north of this, and then one of the northernmost suburbs because there's trees and mountains, and then I don't have to be in the thick of stuff. Mm-hmm. I like it up there better.
But yeah, so money goes far. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't go far. No, I don't know.
No.
We made a pact where we're like, okay, we're not going to drink until we get jobs. We drank the first day we were there.
Well, yeah.
There's still no jobs, but...
You just literally on a podcast was like, Alex and I are alcoholics.
Most people assume that, though, young comics.
Yeah.
There's some sort of... If one doesn't have a drinking problem, the next one does.
Yeah, like I don't.
You don't.
Because I'm a real adult. Mm-hmm. So both her and Alex...
Well, do the math.
And Alex isn't a comic. Alex is her fiance.
Yes, he is. He is a comedian. He is funny.
I didn't say he wasn't funny.
But how... Is he funny on stage?
I don't know. Last time I saw him, he did puns.
She's crying.
From laughter. Because the last time she saw him, he did puns.
Are you writing his pun jokes?
I do not write any of his jokes.
Alex is the warden of the punitentiary.
Stop.
He's pun-stoppable.
Yeah, he is pun-stoppable.
It's a punderstorm of...
I wouldn't call him a punderstorm. I'd call him more like a punder cloud. Like, it could produce some punder rain.
That's right.
Ponder rain.
I could have just said punder.
Punder road.
Punder.
Ponder.
What, Andy? It's hard to see what's on your sweatshirt right there. Is that a kitten?
It's a cat. It's hard for me to move my neck.
It's hard for you to move your neck.
I think I either heard it looking up at the moon, patting myself on the head, or hitting it on a car door.
You know what? You just settled that "Am I retarded or not?" internet article.
We should stop there. We shouldn't even go on.
Oh, man.
What does it say? It has a kitten in a sweater.
And it says, I don't do winters.
I don't do
There's
winters.
Snowflakes and stuff.
Well, that is fitting since it's April and we had snow today.
I didn't even bring a coat. This was my coat I brought, this sweatshirt. I was like, I can handle the cold. It's cold here, though.
No. It's cold. It's cold, It's cold. Should we do those listener questions? Let's do it. This is one that I blew off. Forgot 2 weeks in a row. So Scott Van Burkum.
So it's not directed towards us.
Not necessarily, but you will have the answer.
Thanks for.
He wants to know, how do comics make the rounds through Minneapolis? By demand or through contract? Does the comic decide where? How do you book your gigs? Who contacts who?
There's just a big hat, and all our names are in it.
There
and
you go.
then this Asian guy.
That's not funny. Why don't you show some respect for the club we work at?
Mr. Asian guy? I don't.
His name is Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee.
Sorry, Lewis. I'm sorry.
He puts his little hand into the bin.
Oh my gosh.
Little hand? Why does he have a little hand?
I just assumed.
You have giant hands. You have giant
Yeah, I know. Look who's talking, Arsenio.
It's different
Oh,
than
man.
everybody else.
Anyways, just tell him, Si. Tell him the truth. Then.
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. So, in City Hall here, they have this giant spinning wheel, and the various club owners go down and you spin it, and it's like there's a bunch of comics on there, but there's also cuts of meat. So, you can win one of those, and if you get our name on the wheel, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Do you want? I suppose we should real answer. Do you want to give it a real answer? You give him the real answer.
Okay, so there's this bunny, and he has a hat on, and every day he hops around, hops around, hops around, hops around, hops
That's
around.
fucking. I said give the real answer. I'll give the real answer. Okay? So we all go outside with our shirts off, right? Men and women. Just tits and man tits everywhere, right? And then the club owners, Rick Bronson and the owner of this establishment, I'm not going to drag his name through the mud. They come out and they walk in front of us, and it's urine related. They urinate near and around us, and whichever one of us is willing to take on the most owner urine
Gets to work.
gets to work the club that week.
Yep.
Every week that happens. Sunday evenings, right in front of City Hall.
You know, that explains the odor right now, and you could have changed your shoes.
Nope, that's Andy's cat shirt.
Scratch and sniff cat shirt.
No, what happens is it's different for different levels. And especially in this town, it's a strong local scene. So, like at this club, for example, all the MCs and features were brought up in this scene, like Andy and Steve Gillespie and all these people, and they make the rounds. They work here every 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. And same thing over at the House of Comedy that our buddy Mike Brody books. It's a lot of local guys. So they just kind of rotate every so often to get their spots. And then the headliners at the big clubs are brought in generally through contract with their representation. And I'm lucky enough to have come up here, so I get to... so those of us who came up can pester the owner personally and beg him, which begging is a good way. But yeah, most headliners you see have been contracted. Most openers and features are in a local rotation.
Perfect. Next question. I'm supposed to ask you. This is from Carl Franklin. If you were on a TV show, what would you be on and what character?
I got a way better way to do this question. You decide what show I would be on and what character, and I'm going to decide what show you would be on and what character.
I like it.
Okay, just let me think for a second.
Yeah, let me think for a second, too.
Why don't you feel some dead air, Justin? It's not an easy question.
I will say that if you haven't liked NoLaughTrack on Facebook yet, please do that. The numbers we gained some this weekend. Continue to do that. Also, if nobody's following, if you're not following yet on Twitter at NoLaughTrack, and now you have your answer.
No, I just don't follow anybody on Twitter.
I just unfollowed you in my mind.
That's fine. I don't even check my Twitter. I think I tweeted like a week and a half ago. What was my last tweet, Joel? It's like 2 weeks ago. I don't care about Twitter. God, I don't care about Twitter. Andy loves it.
I do. I love it.
Andy, Andy's won an award for tweeting. Let's give her
she's
credit.
The best tweeter in Minnesota 2012.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
that was 2 years ago.
When were you on Conan?
Yep. About half a decade ago.
All right, Si, what show?
No, Andy goes first.
Okay.
You would probably be on 30 Rock. You'd be the weird friend.
You're the shittiest at this game of all time. I'll go. That's not. You just made up a fake person. That's not even on a real show.
You have to be a real character.
I think that was the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Andy would be one of two people: Mork from Mork and Mindy, or Lotka from Taxi, or third option, Lotka's girlfriend from Taxi.
Oh, yes.
And by the way, that's a compliment. Lotka was Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so that's good for you.
That was awesome.
Yeah, those three. Or Punky Brewster.
Okay. You would be...
She didn't get that.
You would be... Oh, I wasn't listening. Dang it. What did I miss?
Keep going.
Okay. You'd be the Blue Ranger. Power Rangers. Okay.
Right now,
You would
Sai's
be-
staring her down.
You would be Pikachu. Pika. You could be Ash Ketchum. Joel could be your big Pokemon.
You're a fucking
Okay.
walking
You could be.
dumpster fire.
I am not a dumpster fire.
I thought Andy's weird, and
I just don't know
And
very-
what could the I've
Okay,
gave a
you could
real-
be a horse rider. You could be the cowboy in a horse show.
Horse rider.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, you could be. I'm sorry, my mind is.
cat from Sabrina,
Oh, that would be great. You could be Cordero Patterson in the Viking show.
The Viking show.
Can we go on to the next question?
It's on every Sunday.
Is there a
fall.
next
Good
question?
Brett Favre.
We didn't mention. I want to mention that the place we're at right now, the one that who owns everything we're doing here, Best Comedy Club,
Best
Acme Comedy Club.
Yep. Best
City
Comedy
Pages.
Club with the best comic. Also, best local comic, Mr. Chris Maddock,
yeah.
who's a very funny dude, and he's doing a guest set on one of the shows this
awesome.
week.
Oh, look
so you
at
can have
that.
the best local, the best beast mode, and the best club.
So
Look
if
at
you
that.
want to,
and Andy,
and they have City Pages right here.
Best
in-
tweeter.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the best tweeter from.
Bring your City Pages in, get it autographed by Cy.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
Here's a question. I would never do that. I feel like there should be some sort of party that I should have gotten invited to.
Or a championship belt.
I'm being a little bit serious. I feel like there's something that I should have received other than a Facebook notification from one of my friends to let me know that it has happened. I feel like I should receive something and be invited to something.
Or even like be asked.
Yeah. I didn't even know I was up for it.
Nominated.
Could you ask for more perfect timing to be named Comedian National Best Stand-Up than the week you're headlining
No, it's pretty
at your
great.
club?
It's
I mean,
pretty good.
honestly.
It's pretty good.
You couldn't have more
No, it's pretty good.
perfect
Yeah, you're
timing.
in town.
My parents are going to love it.
Oh, totally.
They're excited.
Are they going to make it?
They're going to be here Friday.
When I won
Saturday.
When I won Best Twitter, they had my picture in there.
Cool.
Did
Because
you,
no one uses Twitter.
did you gain Twitter followers?
I think I lost Twitter followers. No one reads the newspaper. Like, who's going to, this newspaper, I should go on what's the internet?
You're right. They should only advertise
Yeah,
that
what the
win
heck?
on the internet.
Yeah, give Andy some more awards. Newspaper.
Yeah, I'll take another one. I was nominated for Best Local Comic.
Oh, cool.
You know, the Reader's Choice was Maria Bamford for
Yeah.
local comic.
Yeah. It's weird.
Do we count her as local anymore?
No.
No.
She's the funniest in the
Wait,
world.
there was a Reader's Choice and a winner for local?
Yes. Yep. Reader's Choice for Best Comedy Club was also Acme, of course.
Oh, why does that Reader's Choice? Oh, and then they pick. Someone picks.
Yeah, they
the
picked
winner?
like the CC Club won Best Dance Place, but the Readers picked First Ave, I think, or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because there's so not only
That's
did you
awesome.
lose the vote, you
I
lost
lost twice.
you lost. twice.
Well, that's awesome that two people get to win.
You know, though, did you read the whole magazine? You won Best Is She Retarded debate. And they just get it's forever.
My picture's definitely in that one. then.
yeah.
Is she? Reader's Choice. We don't know. Well, they know.
Oh.
So who won Reader's Choice for Best National? Or was it both?
Comic?
Yeah, was there a Reader's Choice and a...
Yeah, the Reader's Choice was Maria Bamford.
But that was for local. She was up for Best Local Comic.
No, there was no Reader's Choice for local.
Oh.
They
no.
nominated her for Best
Because-
Local, which I thought was really funny. And
Yeah,
weird.
I was nominated for Best... And that was the Reader's Choice one. I thought that's what Chris Maddock won.
I'll write it in here.
Yeah.
We'll go out there and write your name in on all of them. Perfect.
I'm so confused.
I'm so confused. Is that a reference to your joke about being...
Nope.
Andy's just doing her act. Okay.
Mom, I'm so confused. Still one of my favorite jokes of all time. I want both of your thoughts on this. This
You
was
want to say anything about one of my jokes that's your favorite before we keep going?
the one about you being a pedophile.
Yeah, I love that one. Thank you.
Yeah, both
That's
of you
not
can-
even explain
Both
it.
of you can suck it.
Just like that. Just kidding. I was going to say it.
Isn't that the punchline?
Yeah.
No one likes your fake laugh.
Thanks for inviting me, Lewis.
No one likes your fake laugh.
Everybody likes me.
I want your comments on this hot story from a few days ago. Kate Upton was wishing his wishes for smaller boobs.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that Cat Daddy video? That shit is bonkers.
What's that?
Cat Daddy?
No.
It's this dance.
Oh, where she's hopping up and down.
No,
I've never seen it.
Bro, you don't know what Cat Daddy is?
No.
You got to get with it. It's got like 14 million views on YouTube. Like 11 million of them are me and my friend Joel's. It's crazy. There's a dance called the Cat Daddy that white kids who love rap do. And she's doing it. And it is bonkers. And anybody who sees that would be like, nah, your boobs are fine.
Well, she says she wishes she had smaller boobs every day of her life because she loves to wear spaghetti tops braless, or go to the small and they go for the smallest bikini designs.
Why didn't she just say, "Hey guys, you interested in getting a boner right now?" Like that's like the girl who's like, "I just like to be in my fitness clothes to relax," and then she's got like yoga pants that she cut off right below the cooch. You know, like you're not relaxing. You know exactly what you're doing. You don't want smaller boobs. You just want people to think about you in a spaghetti top, which worked.
Is she the princess?
Is she the princess?
Is she Kate?
Oh, that's Kate
I
Middleton.
thought you were talking about her the whole time. I was like, who's Kate?
How much longer is this thing?
Who's Kate
Is she the princess?
I thought she was the princess.
No,
Is
no.
she
Kate
the
Upton's the supermodel with as well. You heard size description.
I just thought
She's bonkers.
okay.
Bonkers.
She's the bonkers.
Bonkers. I want your thoughts on something else.
Okay.
My celebrity comedian guests.
Okay.
There's products out there that are advertised to do something, but don't really do it. Here's some products that people wish would work as they're advertised. I want your thoughts on them.
Okay.
Especially you, Cy, for this first one. Penile enlargement pills.
I don't know why that would have... why that you shot that at me.
Well,
I was voted City Page's most medium penis. 2014 and 2012.
They get a lot of complaints. People buy those pills,
Of course
for
they don't work.
$7.
You can't make your penis bigger. It doesn't work. That's not a thing that can happen. You can't. It's tissue. You only have so much tissue, and the only way it gets bigger is engorging with blood.
It's
you can
love.
never get. You can never
Love
get
can
a.
make it
If you know
bigger.
anything about science, shut up, Andy. You can't. Like you can't make your dick has a potential bigness that's like it's it. Joel and I were talking about this. It's just really
Explain who Joel is.
Joel's my best friend and my writing partner.
All right.
He's sitting out here. I wanted
His
him to be on the
partner.
podcast, but he's a pussy, and he's the one who sold the pilot to MTV with me.
Mm-hmm.
But penises are real. They're just water balloons with blood in them.
You can make water balloons bigger,
Yeah,
but then they pop. Ah!
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. But so the thing
Does
is,
that
like,
happen?
I think you just have a certain amount of.
Are they complaining
I
because
don't
they
know
make
a
their wiener too
ton
big?
of science. I don't know a ton of science, but you can only your penis can only get like it has a potential because it's tissue. It's not a muscle. You can't lift with it, and so the only thing you're going to do is like stretch out the flaccid penis. It's not. You can't make the boner bigger than it's possibly capable of getting. You can only get so much blood.
You know what you just
into
reminded
that
me of?
skin sac.
You just reminded me of the classic Tenacious D thing about cock push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the funniest.
Yeah, but apparently those don't work either.
Of course they don't.
How about this one, Axe body spray? Does it make women flock to you or not? Have you ever been does your man wear Axe body spray and that's why you were engaged now?
You know why it
Andy?
doesn't work? Because all the guys who use Axe body spray look like rapists. Because women are like, what's that smell? Nope, that's a trap. It's a rape trap. It's a rape trap.
Yeah, it's like the Pavlov's dog. You smell it and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get raped.
Yep. I know that smell. My mom and sisters warned me about that smell.
Perfect. Oh, odor masking cat litter. Your thoughts?
I don't think you should mask the smell. It's natural. You should just smell it.
How many cats do you have, Cy?
0, because I'm awesome.
Andy, cats?
I don't have. Is this a secret podcast?
Is this a secret podcast? Oh, do you have a rule at your
There's
place?
a rule.
Yeah.
So technically, we don't have one cat.
Technically, they don't have one cat in their apartment where their cat lives.
Technically, we don't. So so.
A question, this is just one I'm throwing in here. How many cats is too many cats? Cy.
One.
Yeah,
we grew up with cats that suck. We don't do cats.
No.
Get a dog.
Why is it okay to hate cats, but when you hate dogs, you're like an evil person?
Because dogs are loyal and they're cuddly and they want to be your friend. And cats' whole demeanor
dogs
is
jump and
fuck
bite you, and they don't settle down, like, and they're just biting your hand. They're jumping all over you, and you're like, get away, and they're like,
been around a cat? Everything a cat does is in an effort to scratch your face.
No, it's not.
It's cuddling,
That's
they're
dogs.
like, I'm gonna
all they
scratch
want to
the
do is
fuck out
bite
of your
you. They
face.
jump and jump and jump and jump and jump. They're all over the place. They won't settle down. They're biting your legs. They're jumping up on you. They knock you over. You've got scoliosis. Now you're on the ground.
And we're into the part of the show where Andy's going to go into cat mania.
How many cats is too many cats, Andy?
It depends how big your house is. You can't. I think 2 is probably the max.
Okay, okay.
Have you seen what Cy's doing to my microphone right here with his foot?
Sorry, just relax. You're fine.
I'm like bobbing my head up and down.
You're fine. You're going to be fine.
So it depends on how big your house.
Yeah.
That's a perfect answer.
I think 2 is, for most apartments, I think just 1.
And by house, she means trailer. Cat Trailer. That's Andy's album title, Cat Trailer.
Oh.
Hey, wait a minute.
Honestly, that's a great title album for
Mine's going to be...
Cat. Hey, how about this? This is the story? The album, your title is Cat Trailer. Stories from the Maybe Retarded.
Oh, man. I thought it was going to be like, I don't know what's going on.
That's the title? That's the same title as I just pitched. Only said worse.
Oh, man. Or Secret Unicorns.
It has to be Secret Unicorns.
Yeah. Or I grew up in a theme park.
Yes. Love that. Last one here. They don't work like they're supposed to. Condoms. No matter how thin they are, you always know they're there.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh? Nuh-uh, he says.
I love condoms.
Why are you looking at your partner?
I love condoms because we're big condom people. I say I'm going to get in there. I want to get one on. Get a condom on. It really helps me. Really get 2-3 condoms on. Sometimes when I pleasure myself, I go condom, second condom, third loose condom, sock, and I go to work.
Just to make it big enough for you to hold on to it? Gotta add some layers. I want the lady to feel this.
That was very funny. It was a very funnily written response.
Well, if you let me talk sometimes.
Yeah, really.
My penis is medium in size, and it does what it should. No, I don't think condoms. Yeah, you always know they're there. Condoms are the worst thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any theme to this podcast, it's don't.
And cats. Don't.
No condoms.
Okay.
And cats.
Okay. I forgot what time we started recording. Back there, shout it out, please. We're at 42? That's how many more minutes we're in? Perfect. Thank you. Here's another one. Hall & Oates star.
Yes.
John Oates.
Yes.
Says he doesn't, he loves listening to music, but of course doesn't listen to his own music while doing it because it's too distracting.
While having sex?
Yeah.
Oh, he loves listening to music while
doing it.
Here's the thing. That's a mistake. If I'm a famous musician, I'm always banging to my own music, right? I did this. I made this.
Lip sync?
Yep.
In bed?
Sing my words for me. Sing them back to me. No, I think he's right. That'd be weird. That'd be weird as shit. What kind of maniac listens to their own songs while they
alligator murder?
What kind of man-eater?
Just gone off your man-eater. That's gross.
Oh, man.
That's a Hall & Oates song.
No, I'm familiar.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh,
could have gone with Rich Girl.
Rich Girl.
And you've gone too far. Now we're banging to this song.
You said earlier that your next album. Did you?
I have an album coming out. My first album is coming out.
Where is it?
I have physical copies that I just got for the first time this week, and then the iTunes release is May 20th.
I love the design on the album.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
It's very unique.
I really like it too. My brother Jess is an artist and an animator and a graphic designer in Florida, home of Craziness, and he did the sketchings, and the two of us did the design work together, and I really like it.
Yeah,
it's on Stand Up Records. It'll be out May 20th. But if any of your listener comes down to the shows this week, I have copies on me physically.
Oh,
yeah.
$10, $20, $15?
$10.
Very reasonable.
I think it's very reasonable. Andy's selling posters for $10. So. People fucking buy them.
Yeah, I sold
She sold
posters.
8 posters last night. Like 20 by 32 inch posters. Not like
They're poster size.
small posters.
Poster size posters.
11 by 17.
Yeah, people just buy them.
People, because you can hang it up.
Here's $10.
Tell
One
people.
guy gave me, he thought I said they're 2 for $20, so he gave me 2 20s, not understanding when he bought 2. And I was like, no. 2 for.
Did you take the 220?
Jeez,
No.
keep doing that.
No. What a ripoff.
Yeah, it's a
Not
ripoff. All of it is a ripoff. You're selling paper. You're selling people paper. Everyone has Photoshop. They could take a picture of your
could.
posters with your phone and,
And
be
then
like,
they could print it
I
off.
got it.
Yeah. They could.
I got this.
They could also burn your DVD online.
Burn!
That's piracy.
I know.
That is
So is-
fucking
So I'm
piracy.
taking a picture of my poster.
No, that's just common sense.
All right, well, whoever sells the most.
Take some money out of her pocket. She needs another roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
It means you need the money to.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Come on. Which ones are you selling right now?
Fancy Horse or Secret Unicorn. I've done it in red and blue, and now it's in purple.
Oh.
Purple's selling really well. I ran out at one club. I sold 30 in the first 2 days.
30 posters.
Yeah, and I ran, and people
Andy
wanted more.
sold 30 pieces of paper for $10 a piece. She made $300 on pieces of paper in 2 days. So all your listener at home,
Oh, man.
just fucking
Don't
kill
buy
yourself.
It. Yeah, don't buy
You're
it.
working in a cubicle, and Andy's making $150 a night selling people paper with unicorns drawn on it.
And who does she have to split that $10 with? Nobody. When somebody buys a new Cy Amundson CD,
Yeah.
does all that
That
money
like-
go to Cy?
No, it doesn't.
No,
I
it
split
doesn't.
it with everybody. God, there's so many hands in the pot. Everybody's got their hand in there
I'll
in
design
my
you a
honey
poster.
pot.
If you also,
I don't want a poster.
I'll design one.
I tried to sell posters and it didn't go well.
What did they say, Si?
They were, yeah, I did have a
What were
poster
they?
at one point. They sold poorly.
What was on it?
It was a kitten and a baby and an eagle.
Oh!
And the kitten had a less than sign to the baby than the less than
man.
sign to the eagle. Classic artwork. No sales.
I don't understand. Was the poster sideways?
No,
How did you do that?
people aren't like, is he retarded?
Should we?
Should we buy one of those posters? Did he do it? Did he make that? You made a poster! Good!
Good job.
Good for you! You did art! Here's $20 a piece! That guy knew exactly what he was doing. He was funding your posters for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Here's $40. Go make 1,000 posters.
No, it's not quite that. Yeah. Probably get a couple hundred posters for $40.
You want to do a quiz?
Yeah, of course I want to do it.
I know Cy loves these.
You do?
Is it about what sex position are you?
Oh, God.
Oh God, no. Yeah. No, it's which Game of Thrones character you are. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh, Oh.
It's
Daenerys. Or Arya. Oh! Sorry.
Are you watching Game of Thrones? Are you nerding
I haven't
out?
watched the next season yet, but
So good.
I read the book, so
Oh.
books are good.
Then now look who went on their phone now from boredom. Old Cy.
Because we're talking about books?
What's that?
I got to get done with this podcast. Joel and I have a book burning to get to.
All right, fair enough.
We're
These are
anti-literature.
Catcher in the Rye.
More like Catcher in the Fire. There's a pun. Is that how puns work?
Yeah, close
Call
enough.
Alex.
All right.
All right, this is just well, how many are here?
That's my poster.
5, and we'll see who gets more. These
Oh
are
my
questions
gosh.
about the new host taking over David Letterman, Stephen Colbert.
Which
Exactly.
we're excited about as a
Yeah.
team.
We are going true or false. True or false? Stephen
Yeah.
Colbert is completely deaf in one ear.
True. It's 100% true.
Do you know? True or
False.
false? False. It's true. He had surgery in first grade to deal with a perforated eardrum, and the surgeon botched it. Ew.
Bummies.
Yeah.
Is that why it's so loud? Are you deaf in one ear? Don't touch my shit.
That was perfect. True or false? Colbert, so he's French, right? True or false? French?
Yes, true.
False. He's from Georgia.
False. He's Irish, German, and English, and apparently from Georgia.
I think Georgia.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but yeah, you're tied there. He's an only child.
He's won
I'm ahead
twice.
2-0.
I haven't won at all.
Okay, that's what I
I
meant.
just answer them politely, and he thinks I'm right.
Stephen Colbert is an only child.
True.
No, false. He has
What?
11. He's like the youngest of 11.
He's the youngest of 11.
Oh.
Can you see through my paper here?
No, I watch his show. So do you, but on different
do.
days.
He was in one of the Hobbit movies.
It's true. It's 100% true.
I'll
He and his
say
family.
true. Why are you answering before me? I don't know the answers.
Because I'm the smartest.
I'll say true then.
It's 100% true.
Yeah, he got to film a cameo when he visited the set in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Blah,
that.
blah, blah. He also did he did a cameo on the 3rd. Comes out in December. There we go. Last one. He used to be a correspondent on Good Morning America.
True.
That could be tricky, but I'm going to go with false.
It's true. In the late 90s, he did 2 reports before they canned him.
That's stupid.
Because he was too awesome.
Too awesome. Are you excited that he's taking over for Letterman?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I like Letterman, but I think it's the best choice that they could have possibly made. I'm a huge fan. I'm a little bummed about losing the Colbert Report.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about a girl? Why they could have considered
Wasn't
a girl?
good enough.
No.
Said Andy, the woman, not Cy, the man.
Interesting.
Who has enough experience or enough? Yeah.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
they did bring Conan on as a writer, right? He didn't have experience like on stage, really, did he?
Some people suggested Chelsea Handler.
Oh no.
No.
Well,
Said Andy, the woman, not Cy, the man.
No.
Cy,
I
as
like
a man
Chelsea, though.
comic,
I
has
like
no
her.
opinions on race and gender equality in comedy. Did you hear that, Jezebel? I have no opinions whatsoever.
Oh, man.
I'm just a fan of humor.
no, I don't really. I think Colbert's the best.
Oh, good.
I think that too.
Good.
I think-
All right. One more thing I want to ask you guys about here. You guys know Blake Griffin? At least
the
one of you
basketball
does.
Player for the Los Angeles
He's
Clippers.
a basketball player for the Great Clippers.
The Great Clippers. That's right.
He's really good at
They play the Cost Cutters.
Yeah.
That's correct.
That was
Blake,
funny.
thank you. Blake Griffin of the LA Clippers admits he's aired some. Well, basically, he's farted while playing basketball. And he said that there have been several games where he had the worst gas. There was a game against the Knicks his rookie year when one of his teammates was shooting a free throw and he couldn't help himself. A guy in the Knicks went, "Oh, man." And then he had to apologize. And he said, "Who was that? That was me. I'm sorry."
Yeah, no, it's called basketball farts.
Yeah, but to
I get them all the time.
can
You get running and your stomach gets jostling around and the stuff just farts out. It's called basketball farts. I've been telling people that I know that it's a real thing for years and nobody believes me. It's very real.
Can basketball players take a bathroom break during the game?
No, that's called halftime.
You have to wait till halftime. What if you're going to poop your pants?
You're an adult.
But sometimes you're an adult.
No,
and you
all
can't.
adults cannot poop their pants for 14 minutes.
Well, the jury's out, so it's not 14 minutes, a couple hours.
Doesn't matter. Like right now, if I had to poop really bad and somebody's like, hold it till halftime, I'd be like, cool. What's halftime? Tomorrow? I can make it. I'm an adult.
I've never pooped my pants except for those one times.
Have you actually pooped your pants? Our host,
No,
Steve Gillespie,
every
has pooped
freaking
his...
comedian has a joke about pooping their pants.
That's fine, because a lot of them aren't real grown-ups, so they accidentally poop their pants. Steve Gillespie, the host, has pooped his pants as an adult, literally, I think, either 5 or 7 times. Yep.
How about you?
No, of course I haven't pooped my pants.
Gross.
I'm in my 20s.
He's in his 20s.
Mm-hmm.
He's
I can make it to a bathroom. Bathrooms are everywhere. And guess what? If you can't find a bathroom, the outside is a bathroom. In theory.
That's true. That's true. I have another sports question for both of you.
that was not a sports question. That was
Yes,
a
it was.
fart question.
That sports and farts.
Sparts.
Can
Sparts.
this next one be a dolphin question? Just say it how it is.
Yes. What, guys? What is your most? Do you have a memorable experience with a dolphin? What is your most memorable experience with a
I
dolphin?
swam with the dolphins in Jamaica, but really you just get to touch them. You're in the water and you touch them. You don't like go on like, hey, let's go for a swim.
No, I have no dolphin memories.
Nothing with Dan Marino.
No, I watched The Cove a couple years
Oh.
ago. That was pretty dark.
Is that a dolphin movie?
Yeah, it's about the dolphin slaughter in Japan.
Oh,
It's really aggressive, and the end is pretty tough to swallow.
did you know after that Blackfish documentary aired, the attendance at SeaWorld went up?
What?
Yeah, they had like their best year.
I think they SeaWorld reported that. I don't know if it's true.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it might not be.
I don't know that it's true.
The lines were long when I was there. I'm just kidding. I didn't go.
Yeah, I heard you opened up for a Charlie Daniels band. Is that correct?
What
At
does that even
SeaWorld?
mean? Oh,
I'm kidding.
I have references.
No, there was the big boycott thing a few months ago. Cy knows.
I got you.
Cy knows.
Good job, Cy.
Yeah.
What was that real question?
Oh, yeah.
The real question was, do you a memorable sporting memory in your life that you've either done yourself or witnessed?
Oh my gosh, I got a few of them. Andy, you go first because you probably don't have any.
Well, my favorite sporting thing in the entire world was when Brett Favre played for the Vikings.
That was
that
great.
entire season.
It was so great.
I just want to watch it again.
It was so great.
I was like, how often does your arch nemesis become your quarterback?
Are you
and
saying
the
that thing
Packers
that you've heard
hated
me
it.
say?
No, this is something I talk about all. I've written blogs about it where I cry at the end.
It's great. That's what my dad said when they signed him. He's like, no matter if we go to the Super Bowl and lose all 16 games, he goes, we have the enemy's hero as our leader for a year.
And all the Packers were all like, man, we didn't really like him. He wasn't good anyway. He took us to like almost the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was I just love that. I love it. I love football so much.
It was great. I've got
That's a perfect answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at you, Andy.
That was good.
I love sports. It's
I've got a couple. I was at. Do you remember that 163, that crazy Twins game? The last game kind of at the Dome before the playoffs. And then
they played the White Sox.
And remember, it kept looking like there was no chance we were going to win, and it went into the 10th and 11th and 12th inning, and then we won on that grounder up the middle. I was at that game with a couple of my best friends, and that was the best. But then 2 years ago, I was doing stand-up in Bloomington, Indiana, and that whole town is just a campus, IU. And
Comedy Attic.
Yep. It was the Comedy Attic, and this is back. Indiana's been a good basketball program the last few years, but 3 years ago at the beginning of the season, that wasn't the case. They were unranked. No one cared about them. It was the year before their Final Four year, and Kentucky was the number one team in the nation. And Kentucky and IU have a storied rivalry. They hate each other. And Kentucky was in Indiana for one of the early games in the season, ranked number one. Indiana wasn't ranked. And I was in the bar on campus, Nick's, that has just, Kilroy's, and it was loaded, like probably with 1,000 students wall to wall. And they were down by 2, and they hit a 3 at the buzzer to beat the number one team in the nation. I've never been a part of anything. Like, it was fucking mayhem. I have there's videos of it online that it was the greatest. At one point, I was just on a stool leading the IU fight song. Don't even go to school there.
Yeah, don't care at all.
I just joined the man. Everybody poured out into the streets. It was the best. It was hands down the most fun I've had being a part of an event. Yeah, it was great.
And unlike the University of Minnesota fans who have a weird outdoor celebrations when we lose. This was a team actually winning.
They were winning, and it wasn't 13 white kids throwing a pole through a car. It was it was like thousands of people standing outside singing. It was great. It was really great.
I like it. You know what? There's one more listener thing I didn't get to, so let's get to this real quickly. A guy named Jimmy Keebs, who says he's met Andy. I don't know if that's true or not. He wants to know if he's still pretty.
Yes.
He is?
I imagine.
Okay. Cy, is Jimmy still pretty?
I don't want to be a part of that at all. It sounds like
he's a pretty man.
Sounds like in a few months. It sounds like something in a few months we're going to be like, and that's the guy who murdered her. Yeah, you should have seen what he did to her skin.
He looks pretty. Just don't tell him he doesn't look pretty, and I'll be fine.
Well, I told him I'd ask the question, and he said, well, he's met Andy, so he's going to listen, and then he thinks you're funny.
Oh, cool. No, I think you're beautiful, Jim.
Okay, there you go.
Man, you're killing it beauty-wise, Keebs.
Perfect.
Get after it. I think you are handsome as fuck.
Anything else you guys want to promote?
Well, if anyone wants to come to the show this week, remember that I like Starbursts and other candy.
Starbursts and other candy for Andy.
I am an American adult, so I don't need you to bring me anything. I'll bring all my own stuff.
Okay.
But if you do happen to have some extra Starburst, I like to take a bunch of them and unwrap them and mash them together to make a mega Starburst. And then I put it in my mouth and enjoy all the flavors at once. So
that sounds wonderful.
You guys want to bring out some Starburst? Mm-hmm. We will consume them.
Yep.
This was the most fun I've had this week, and I'm on vacation from my main job this week.
All
so
right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
This was great. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming in,
I
Andy.
enjoy you as a human.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Oh, thank you.
Back at you. So everybody check these guys out. You're here every night until Saturday. And Twitter accounts, say those real
At
quick.
Andy Erikson, ANDYERIKSON.
At I don't care, and I don't care if you follow me on Twitter.com//suck-my-dick / hashtag
If you /
best in the Twin Cities / suck my dick.
you can't / It's not
At
how-
Cy Amundson,
not how folders are
CYAMUNDSON
organized.
/ suck my dick.